Hey everybody, in this video we're going to explore the process for putting together your plan of study. We're going to use a hypothetical student, Lobo Louis, to illustrate all of the steps you need to take in designing your plan. Now, as a reminder of the degree requirements, the Bachelor of Liberal Arts requires 120 total credit hours. 37 hours of the core curriculum, so those are those general education requirements that every undergraduate student has to satisfy. At minimum, you need to earn 51 hours of upper division credit, and that leaves 32 hours for electives or prerequisites. So our student, Lobo Louis, comes to us with big dreams of being a multimedia designer. If you don't know what that is, you should look it up. It's a really cool gig. Louis has already completed his core requirements, so his core is done. He's earned 6 hours of upper division work, and he has 24 hours of electives. That means to complete his BLA, Louis is going to need to identify 45 hours of upper division work and 8 hours of electives or prerequisites. So his magic number is 53. Now that we have that magic number, we need to find some academic areas that are going to help Louis become the best multimedia designer possible. And this is where we get really creative and think outside the box. So if I was working with Louis, I'd clue him into these areas: communication and journalism for those hands-on technical classes, English so he can write solid copy and scripts, management to learn the fundamentals of marketing and selling, media arts to study films composition, art history to understand, art history, and theater to expand his knowledge of lighting and stagecraft. And really, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Keep in mind that UNM has over 120 departments offering classes. It's your job as a student to research those departments beyond the initial suggestions of your advisor. So Louis' best friend throughout all of this planning, and your best friend when you make your plan of study, is the catalog. The catalog features this excellent course search function where you can isolate different academic departments. So let's say Louis begins his search with communication and journalism. Remember, his big priority right now is identifying upper division hours, so he's well within his rights to skip down to those 300 level classes and begin his search. The catalog is going to provide a brief description of the course, and it's also going to let him know what prerequisites are associated with the course. The examples up on the screen right now actually don't have any prerequisites. As you're going through the catalog, you should be making a wish list. That is, writing down all of the classes that interest you, and keep in mind you got to have those prerequisites on there as well. So here's what Louis' wish list looks like. He has few too many classes on there, so we're going to have to narrow it down to those classes he wants the most, or the ones he feel would be most useful for his goals. Once he narrows the list of classes down, he can group them into focus areas, and his plan of study is essentially complete. As you can see up there, all of his remaining hours are accounted for. And ideally, that is Louis' course of action until graduation. But sometimes things change, and that's all right. We want this to be a living document, so even though you students are required upfront to identify all of your hours, we do allow you to make changes to the plan. Our website is a wealth of information. You can check out our sample curricula, get directions on making a face-to-face appointment, etc. There's some other helpful links up there on the screen, so be sure to jot those down and save them for future reference. Until next time, be happy, be healthy, be well, and go Lobos.